But what was it about acting? What got you into it?
I did a play called. So I got into the school drama group and everything. And actually, the first kind of bug thing that I got from where I was like, this could be fun, is I did like a drama class, and it was probably like 10-1 in terms of girls to dudes in this class. So there's a lot of girls. Right? Yeah, it's always the way in.
Get into acting, folks.
Yeah, it's can be beneficial.
Yes, could be fun.
But I remember getting up and it was like an improv type thing. And I remember just like all the girls in the class laughing at me and laughing at what I was doing. I was like, this is great. And I just really enjoyed that feeling. It was like, do you know what I mean? Like you also had a similar sort of thing where you got that feeling of, that kind of response back.
Sort of, in a way, affirmation
loop.
Or, sort of instant gratification.
Yeah, it's instant gratification. Yeah. And also that because I was like good at sport and stuff. I was playing like different sports, but the more I did acting, the more I was like, this is something I can do. Like I feel like, and when I'm doing it, I feel alive. I feel like, so it's that really famous speech in Billy Elliot, right?
Love Billy Elliot.
And when he's like, what do you feel like when you dance, Billy? And he's like, electricity. Feels like electricity.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's what it is, man. That's the feeling. You get this like buzz. And my wife talks about it now. She's like, it's like a massive dopamine hit every time you do it. And what I'm so thrilled to say is I still get that now.
You do?
Oh, God, yeah.
You get it with every project?
At some point, yeah. And that's the thing about, for me, picking what projects I do. I'm always like, when I read that script, I got to look at it and go, I'm going to love acting that scene. That would be such a great scene.
So sometimes it's one scene that makes you go.
Sometimes, yeah. It could be the build up to that scene but overall, yeah, I mean, they obviously want that fully rounded character, but for me, there are moments from a script that might jump out where you're like, yes, I want to experience
So
that.
There's an excitement. There's something about acting that brings something out in you that you just want to be around.
Yeah, I think
you like who you are. You like the camaraderie. You like being on set.
Yeah, that's a huge camaraderie. So I come from a team sport background, right?
Right.
And there was a huge crossover for me in that feeling of getting a bunch of people together, working on something as hard as you can go, 100%, giving everything to it, leaving yourself on the field, and then performing that, and then winning at that thing.
Yeah.
And
team
as
effort.
A team.
Yeah.
Every cog in the machine has to be working, has to be well oiled. Everyone has their job and everyone has to turn up. Otherwise we fall.
Yeah. Have you always felt that way? Was there ever look, I'm sure there were times in my life where I was a little cocky. I was in the business. I was too young. I wasn't mature. And I was just like, and just, all over the place. You seem like you're more of a grounded person, whether it's your childhood, a combination of a lot of things. But do you think you've always had a good head on your shoulders?
I think, yeah, generally, I think my mum and my granddad, who was like a huge role model for me. My mum and dad weren't together when I was growing up. My dad moved away.
Was that hard?
I was very little when he left, but I think it was harder on my mum, and I saw, her raising two boys, which is
weren't
tough.
Easy.
Yeah, I mean, I say to my mum now, like after having my own kids, I'm like, how did you do it? Kids are so hard, and you just raised two boys who were like tearing up the house, kicking each other's asses every day. And I remember my mum saying, like, we would break shit all the time, and she'd be like, this is my house too. Because she's like, I have to live here after you two leave.